Redhill Tower, Golf Bravo Mike India Victor, local, information hotel, QNH 1009.
Golf Bravo Mike India Victor, Redhill Tower, pass your message.
Golf Bravo Mike India Victor is at the fuel pumps, request taxi, VFR flight to the east, 1 POB, correction 2 POB.
Golf India Victor, squawk 3767, taxi Echo, hold Echo 1.
Squawk 3767, taxi Echo, hold Echo 1, Golf India Victor.
Hello, in this episode of The Flying Reporter, I fly with another flying reporter.
So they always give you the same squawk here?
Yeah. There is, sometimes you'll get a Gatwick squawk.
Okay.
If you're going that way. So runway 18 takes us right to Gatwick.
Oh yeah.
So it's a fun one. Kind of play chicken with Gatwick.
Right.
The Flying Reporter YouTube channel is made in association with Anglian Flight Centres. Welcome aboard this local flight.
Golf India Victor, hold Echo 1, after departure, left turn out to our Godstone station, not to altitude 1,400 feet.
Hold position after departure, left turn via Godstone station, not above altitude 1,400 feet, Golf Bravo Mike India Victor.
Golf India Victor, line up and wait, 118.
Line up and wait, runway 18, Golf India Victor. So takeoff time is 11 o'clock.
Golf India Victor, runway 18, surface in 2007 knots, altitude 1302, 10 degrees, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 18, Golf India Victor. So with the turbo,
Yeah.
we smoothly apply power until we reach 33. It spools up to 4, which is the maximum.
Right.
Got to watch the turbo because you can overboost it.
1009.
So temperatures
Golf
and
Delta
pressures
Alpha
are in the
Zulu
green,
Oscar,
no
Redhill
warning
Tower,
lights,
pass your
airspeed's increasing, we're looking for 60 knots.
DA20, outside pilot hub requesting a taxi for a VFR flight to
60,
us.
Golf Zulu Oscar,
Final
squawk 3767, taxi across the grass towards Golf Tree.
3767 and taxi across the grass to Golf Tree, Golf Delta Alpha Oscar.
tap the brakes,
Redhill
gear up.
Tower, helicopter Golf Delta Oscar, uniform November, EBG with India 1009, request route start.
Helicopter Delta, correction, helicopter Golf Delta Oscar, uniform November, Redhill Tower, pass your message.
I think we
So
turn over
helicopter
this,
109, helicopter outside,
Oh, I see.
on the ground outside EBG with India 1009, request
You can
route
see the
start.
jets landing at Gatwick. It's
yeah,
great.
yeah.
Helicopter uniform November, where are you flying to?
We get private site near Swanage, Golf uniform November, two on board.
Helicopter uniform November, squawk 3767.
That's going to be, we don't fly over that
Start through
far.
Golf uniform November.
The flaps up now.
Golf Sierra Bravo, downwind, touch and go.
Oliver, who's flying with me today, is a national newspaper journalist. He recently regained his single-engine piston rating after a long gap in flying.
So to get your licence back, what did you have to do?
I had to do a bit of training. Yeah, a few hours of training, and then I had to do a proficiency check, which was kind of an extended check ride basically.
How did you find getting back into it?
It was great. I mean, it's just so nice. You know, I kind of hadn't flown for so long that I didn't know if I'd be get into it again. And then I loved it. It's not like riding a bike, flying, is it?
It perishes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
3767, taxi Golf 3, Golf
But yeah, it came back. I mean, you know, eventually studying and things.
Did you didn't have to take any more exams, or?
No, but I I did some sort of ground school stuff just to like brush up on it. And the rules have changed. You know, it's been 10 years.
Redhill Tower, Golf Bravo Oscar, Yankee Lima, taxi.
So the cloud here, it's not very nice, is it? We've left.
Taxi via Delta, hold at Delta 1.
We'll go up a bit.
Yeah.
Because this terrain's quite high. 2, 3, so 17 really we want to be flying at.
Yeah, there was no basic service.
No.
Things like that.
Golf India Victor, 1 mile east of Bow Beach Reservoir, request frequency change, south end radar 130.780.
Golf India Victor, Scott Conspicuted.
Scott Conspicuted, goodbye, Golf India Victor.
Formation entering controlled airspace 2 miles radar control.
Radar control, Golf Delta Sierra formation.
Listening squawks, we didn't have those.
Let's put one in, shall we?
Yeah.
So, whilst I get us on course, I'll introduce you to my viewers. this is Oliver, and Oliver emailed me and he said, "Hello, I'm the flying reporter." And I thought, oh no.
I said, "I'm also a flying reporter."
And as you've just heard us talking, Oliver's SEP lapsed, and he's just got it back. You've actually just received the licence this week, I think you said.
Yeah, I got it in the post, yeah. Little blue one.
And you are a reporter, a better one than me, much cleverer than me. Why don't you tell our viewers what you do and who you are?
Sure, so I work for The Guardian. I'm a reporter. I'm actually now editing back in London, but yeah, reported past 10 years around the Middle East, places like Yemen, Syria, Lebanon, and spent a few years in Southeast Asia, and just got back to London last year. Got back into flying.
And what sort of stories were you covering, or when you were a foreign correspondent out there?
Well, I mean everything. You know, there's general news and politics, but when you're a foreign correspondent, it's like you're responsible for everything, and the editors want, you know, they want colourful features, they want travel pieces. Interviews, and yeah, and as you know, it's like media's changed now, so you're not just writing, you're having to do, you know, podcasts and basically everything. You have to be a one person sort of media organisation.
Are you a photographer as well?
Yeah, I do video. Yeah, photography, I'm really bad at it. My wife is, you know, always trying to get me to take pictures. I'm just like terrible at it. But yeah, I used to do a lot of video. I did a bit of video for your old employer, the BBC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and yeah, radio work and things like that. Yeah, it's a fun job. Yeah, I used to work for Reuters, the news agency.
Okay.
And then I moved to Bangkok and joined The Guardian, yeah, so... Yeah,
so most of your foreign work in Yemen and so on was with Reuters, was it?
Well, when I lived in Yemen, I was freelancing for a whole bunch of different, you know, news organisations, because you've got to... You know, at one point I was working for like 10 news organisations, basically. Very hard to get visas to live and work in Yemen, so there were just a few of us. So I was working for all kinds, the Wall Street Journal, BBC, Channel 4, yeah, just on a freelance basis.
Do you want to take control? We're just to the west of Maidstone, which is here, 1900 feet.
Yeah.
Your trim wheel down to your left there if you need it. Was roughly in trim. But
where are we heading, east?
If you can hold the heading and just, yeah, we're heading on that green bug there.
Yeah, I see, yeah. It's very unusual to be in the right seat.
I know. I'm sorry. I should have perhaps allowed you the left seat.
No,
but,
it's good. It's good practice.
I do train. This isn't a training flight, but
right.
I do.
Train in this plane.
I do train in this plane, but I don't particularly like doing it from the right seat. But obviously you have to.
So you do, what type of training do you do?
Well, I'm a class rating instructor, which means I could have trained you back up to your SEP standard.
Okay.
I couldn't have examined you.
Right.
And to be honest, you'd be better off paying a proper instructor for that, because obviously that's the whole course, isn't it? And
yeah.
Whereas technically I can do that. I do differences training, so I train people how to fly this aeroplane with its differences. I do the biennial flights, so when people need their ratings revalidated, I do their hour with an instructor. And also, you know, if anybody wants, you know, a bit of hand-holding sometimes, you know, people have got their licence and they want to spread their wings a bit, and they're a bit nervous, they sometimes want somebody with them. I think I said to you, I'm hoping to take someone off to Frankfurt later in the month.
Yeah, your videos got me back into flying in a way, because it was just kind of, you got an honesty about you, like you a lot of pilots, you know, it's nice to hear somebody who's just kind of honest about their mistakes, and things, you know, things they mess up on, because that's what we all have. So it was useful to watch, getting back into flying alongside the lessons.
Good. Yeah, the thing with honesty, you know, you can put yourself out there, and lots of people appreciate the honesty, and I try and keep things real here. Thankfully, as I get more experience, I've got about 650 hours now, which for a PPL is pretty respectable.
Yeah.
You've probably made most of your mistakes, and you're probably in the comfort zone, or the killing zone, as some people call it, where complacency sets in. And I've had a few sort of complacency issues, you know, where I've rushed to do something, and but and also now being a CRI, I have to be careful how incompetent I look, because I'm meant to be training people now. So if I look incompetent, that's not a good look. But I'm not incompetent, but I'm still guilty of making the occasional mistake.
I mean, ultimately we're all humans, right? And flying is such a complex thing, even when you're so experienced, that you're never going to do it perfectly.
Business is a bit crap today. It's been a strange sort of week. Got a trough that's just gone through.
It's like one of those summers where when it's cloudy, it just feels like a normal English summer, and then the sun comes out and it's so hot.
Yeah. Do you like my sunglasses, by the way?
Yeah. Are you saying I should be wearing sunglasses?
No. Flying Eyes sunglasses.
I suddenly realised what this is. It's like the Truman Show, you know when she's like, by the way, have you enjoyed your cocoa breakfast? They're really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can write me a check afterwards.
Oh dear.
So tell me about them. I'm also a journalist. I know how showbiz works.
Oh dear.
The lenses are prescription.
I've got a varifocal lens.
Okay.
So I'm getting old now.
Okay.
You don't have a corrected vision, do you?
Not enough for flying. Yeah, I passed my medical without it. So yeah, I do wear glasses for screens and things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got prescription lens. So yeah, you can get them from Flying Eyes. They can put prescription lenses in for you.
Right.
I love these little things.
The little magnets.
Yeah, it's just so cool.
Made for pilots?
Made for pilots by pilots. You're on. Oh dear. No, it's just these things are just they're so thin, which is great for these headsets. You know, 10% off on the Flying Reporter channel with the code TFR. Check out the link that's on your screen now. Oh, looks nice, doesn't it?
Very nice. So where are we now?
This is Margate.
Okay.
So there's the Turner Contemporary, isn't it? Right there on the edge with the blue buildings.
Right.
That's the main beach, main sands they call it. Lovely beach actually. Have you been to Margate Beach?
No, my friend went a few weekends ago and absolutely loved it.
Oh, it is great.
Yeah.
It is nice. There's Dreamland, which is the theme park that they got a lot of lottery money to reinvigorate.
Golf Romeo Lima, Roger, contact South End Tower 127.730.
What heading are we going on to?
So, if you want to sort of head out, let me give you one, shall I? 230. So if you go out sort of westerly at the moment,
okay,
and we'll intercept the track back towards Canterbury. We'll go out along the coast for a bit, and then we'll scoot along to Canterbury. One of the things that attracted me to aviation, being a journalist working in a chaotic environment, was the order, the control, the rules. You know, so different. And I come up here, and it, you know, in the height of stress at work, this would really be quite therapeutic for me.
Yeah. Because it's so demanding, and you're just focusing on. You just always have something to focus on, and so you can't really think about other things.
No. So you're planning to stick with it now you got the license back?
Yeah, definitely. It is, you know, it's all the effort to get back into flying, and now it's like, okay, I've done it, and now the challenge is to just make sure that you can, you know, block out the time to do it, and keep current and keep learning. But I had such a long time away from it that it's so nice to just be able to do it, because I tried, you know, when I lived in Lebanon, I was going to do a story actually, because the airspace there is extremely restricted. They have like Israel to the south, Syria to the east, the ocean.
You don't want to make some mistakes there, do you?
Well, if you infringe on airspace, you know, you're flying into enemy territory. And then I flew a bit in Thailand, but in Pattaya, which is it's an old, you know, US Air Force base from the Vietnam War. But it just, you know, the life of a reporter, as you know, it's not, you kind of, you know, it's hard to plan your life out. You get a call and...
Can you give me some examples of stories you've covered that our viewers might have known and read about?
Well, they may remember in Thailand when the king died.
Yeah.
He was, you know,
the revered.
Yeah, very revered. He was the, you know, longest serving monarch, and you know, the whole country went into mourning. You know, official mourning for a month. We had to wear black for a whole month. We had.
When you say had to?
No, really, you had to.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a law, but if you went outside in the colourful colours, somebody would stop you and say,
of course,
you know, you wear black.
They would take offence.
Yeah. I mean, people will remember the Arab Spring.
Yeah.
I covered that. You know,
where were you for that?
I was in Yemen.
Okay.
And I covered the Arab Spring, which was like a real moment of like optimism and hope. You know, people look back and say like naively now, but it really was. And I was actually deported from Yemen for my for my coverage there with some other journalists. Yeah, I covered the Libyan civil war. Yeah, that was tough. I mean,
I bet that was really.
Yeah.
Was that your worst assignment, your most tricky assignment, dangerous assignment?
No, not necessarily. But I did actually go flying during the Libyan civil war. I wasn't flying myself. I knew a sort of pilot that had defected to the rebels, and he had defected with his military plane. And this was after Gaddafi had been killed, but he would take me on flights to go and do stories. And one time we were flying into Tripoli, the capital, and we didn't realise when we were in the air, but we landed, and he came around the plane just to have a quick look around, and he saw there was a hole in the right wing.
Wow.
And someone had, I don't know, as he was coming into land, somebody had shot up into the wing.
We had the same problem over Chatham.
Oh, right.
Oh dear. Redhill Tower, Golf Bravo Mike India Victor, Bound Beach Reservoir inbound with Kilo QNH 1009.
Golf Bravo Mike India Victor, Redhill Tower, roger, basic service, squawk 3767, report Godstow.
Basic service, squawk 3767, Wilco Golf India Victor. So we've got the wind coming up here, it's going to come up this bank, it's going to be quite, it's always uncomfortable coming along here. So fuel, we're on the tank, we're on 55, give it another 5 minutes and we'll change just before we land. Radios, engine, temperatures, pressures, direction indicator, altimeter. So yeah, I'll do the landing if you want to follow me through on the controls.
Yeah.
It's got a 6-cylinder Continental engine, it's very heavy at the front, so
right.
that takes quite a bit of getting used to for the flare. And my speed is going to be pretty crucial because of the limiting landing distance.
Yeah.
Golf India Victor, join left base, runway 18.
Join left base 18, Golf India Victor. Yeah, so I'm going to have a bit of a slam dunk here. So speed checks, gear down.
Feel that.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shift inch CG. Undercarriage 3 grains, mixture is rich. Fuel, we're on the tank with the fullest. Flaps to come. Golf India Victor, final runway 18 to land.
Golf India Victor, runway 18, wind 190 degrees, 7 knots, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 18, Golf India Victor. Overshot a bit. Reds, blues and 3 grains. thanks for watching. Thanks for coming along.
No, my pleasure,
being my co-pilot.
Oh, pleasure.
And good luck with your continuing travels as a private pilot now.
Thank you for watching The Flying Reporter. Or should I say, The Flying Reporters. My aeroplane Golf Bravo Mike India Victor is undergoing some major repairs, and I'm producing regular updates from the hangar over on my Supporters Club channel. There'll be a public update here on YouTube in due course, but you can sign up for a 1-month free trial to the club now to get the lowdown. And don't forget to use your discount code TFR when purchasing your Flying Eyes glasses. You'll then get 10% off. Until next time, fly safely, my friends.